Now I'm going to discuss a strategy which is intraday strategy, and the only indicator that I used is VWAP. But along with VWAP, I also do one more setting, which is to add the two standard deviation, and I trade it on a 5-minute time frame. I like this strategy because using the same indicator, I can get an entry, and I can also get a target, and I can even get a second target in case I want to do like more profits in the same trade. And this can work on even futures or different stocks. In fact, you can do it on any instrument. And this is like a mean reversion system. That means we trade it once the stock has gone too much away from the middle point. So I'll just show you what the strategy is about. If you see here, I'm showing you Nifty first. On this day, this is on 20th March. On this day, you can see that the Nifty had gone down pretty much, right? Nifty had gone down pretty much. And generally, we have seen if any stock goes move a lot in a single direction, there is a tendency to come back to its mean. That means to reverse. But how do we find out when to take that reversal trade? For that, I am using this VWAP. So now let me show you the settings. I've added the VWAP, but along with the VWAP, I have added one more thing, which is the upper band 2 and lower band 2. So those are the line at the top and the line at the bottom. The middle line is the VWAP line, and these two lines are the upper band 2 and the lower band 2. Basically, they are the standard deviations. That means, as per statistics, um, the stock should remain between these two lines 95% of the times. And if it breaks these two lines, there is a high tendency for the stock to go up and touch the middle line again. So we are going to use the statistics here. So how do I take the entry? Let's talk about that. So first, if I'm looking for a selling entry. If I'm looking for a selling entry, first thing that I'm looking for is the candle on a 5-minute time frame to close below the bottom band. So you can see here, at this point of time, the candle closed below the bottom band, and then I'm looking for a green candle, which is telling me, okay, the stock might reverse from here. So we also got the green candle right here. That's the second part. Now, when do I take an entry? I take the entry at the high of this candle, the green candle, when it breaks, and I put the low of one of these two as my stop loss. Very important to note, because my first target is the middle line, my risk to reward should be at least 1:1. So if you can see here, my risk to reward was not 1:1. So I will skip this trade. I will skip this trade. In fact, you can see that the high was not broken only. So anyway, the trade never got triggered, but I will still skip this trade. Now, if you see here again, I have the red candle closing below the lower band. Then I have the green candle above the lower band. And if I buy here, I have a good risk to reward. My risk is pretty small, and I have almost 1:3 risk to reward. This is a perfect entry for me. I will buy this trade. And you can see here, I made a profit here. So that was my first trade. Let us see if we get any more trades. Again, you will notice here, that the candle has closed below, and then the candle has closed above. So I will again go for the buying trade here, because the risk to reward is in my favor. But in this case, you will notice that the stop loss was already broken by the next candle. The stop loss was already broken by the red candle. That means the trade is invalid. So the trade will not happen anymore. So I'm still waiting for my next trade. And you will notice that we will not get any more trade in this stock for that particular day. So let's talk about Bank Nifty now. So I'm showing you Bank Nifty. I've already put the setup here. Let's see if we get any entries here. I'm again looking for a candle to close below. Generally, you will see in the morning we will not get any trades, because the risk to reward is not in our favor. So we will not take the trade. But look at this. If we see here, the candle closed below the below band, and then the green candle closed above. But again, the risk to reward is not in my favor, because the reward is very small and the risk is pretty high. So again, I will not take the trade. I will still wait for another trade. You can see here that this is the place where I'm getting a valid trade, because I have a red candle closing below the candle, then I have a green candle. I can buy here with this as my target, with this as my stop loss. But in this case, my stop loss is hit, but that's fine. As you can see here, that since our risk to reward is in our favor, even if we get a 50 or 60% accuracy, we'll end up making profits. And again, we will not get the second trade here because the red candle never broke the lower band. Let's take some more examples. Now I'm showing you Infosys. If you notice here, let's talk about the selling trades now. So I have a green candle which closed above the upper band, and then I have a red candle, but you can see that the low of the red candle was never broken. The low of the red candle was never broken, and then it broke the high. That means the trade was invalid. So the first trade is already invalid. But if you see the second trade now, I again have a green candle and then I have a red candle. So I will take an entry here, a selling entry with this as the stop loss. It's 1:1 trade, so I will go for it. And you can see that I get the profit here. This is where I will exit the trade. Now I told you that we can even go for a little extra profits. That in that we can do is what we can do. We can do partial booking here. So we can do partial booking of profits here, and in that case, the full booking happens on the other side of the VWAP. So I can take half the quantity exit here, and then I can do the other exit somewhere here when it touches the lower side of the band. So this is a very good strategy that you will notice works very well on any kind of market. Actually, it works on trending markets only, because if the market has trended a lot, there is a chance after maybe 1 o'clock the market will reverse and we can get a very good entry. Let's probably take one more example. I'm showing you SBIN this time. I can take a trade because it's almost a 1:1 trade. Now you'll be able to see when I'm taking the trade. You can see the red candle closed below the lower band, and then there's a green candle. So I can take this trade. It's almost a 1:1 trade, and I will get the exit here. So that's my first profit. The second trade will happen somewhere here. Because again I will go for a buying trade, but in this time I will get a small stop loss. The second trade is a stop loss trade, and I get a third trade this time because we can see a red candle happening here and then a green candle. I can go for a buying entry here with the stop loss here and my target somewhere here, and we can see that my target gets hit somewhere here. So a lot of times you will notice that the target just hits you. Basically, just the candle just hits the VWAP and comes down, and because VWAP acts as a magnet, we get a lot of good trades here. So this is a good example of State Bank of India, where we got 3 trades, out of which we got first trade was almost a 1:1 trade, second trade was a very small stop loss, and third trade was a very good trade. It was almost a 1:2 kind of a trade.